From a small workshop in post-war Gmünd, Austria, a legend was born. It was 1948, and the world was about to meet the Porsche 356. This wasn't just a car, it was a statement. With its simple, flowing lines, lightweight body, and rear-mounted engine, the 356 was a pure expression of Ferdinand Porsche's vision, a small, nimble sports car that was both thrilling to drive and beautifully crafted. It was the genesis, the seed from which one of the most revered automotive legacies would grow. The 356, with its iconic rounded shape and unmistakable character, captured the hearts of driving enthusiasts and laid the foundation for everything that was to come. It proved that performance didn't need to come from brute force, but from clever engineering and a deep understanding of what makes a car feel alive. As the 1960s dawned, a new chapter was about to be written. The world was changing, and Porsche was ready to evolve. The successor to the beloved 356 needed to be more powerful, more spacious, and more modern, yet it had to retain the soul of the brand. In 1964, the Porsche 901, soon to be renamed the 911, was unveiled. The silhouette was instantly recognizable, a sleek, fastback design that was both elegant and athletic. Its air-cooled flat-six engine, mounted in the rear, became the car's heart and soul, producing a sound that would become legendary. The early 911s were raw and connected, offering a driving experience that was uniquely challenging and deeply rewarding. This was the car that would define Porsche for generations, a timeless design that seemed to defy the very concept of aging. It wasn't just a new model, it was the birth of an icon. The 911 was a masterpiece, but Porsche knew it couldn't stand still. Throughout the 60s and early 70s, the 911 family grew. Models like the 911S brought more power and sharper handling, while the Targa offered a unique open-air experience with its distinctive roll hoop, blending safety with the joy of a convertible. This era was about refinement. Porsche engineers obsessively tweaked and improved the car, increasing engine displacement, refining the suspension, and enhancing the interior. Each new variant built upon the last, solidifying the 911's reputation as a versatile and formidable sports car. The classic long-hood, short-wheelbase 911s from this period are now regarded as some of the purest driving machines ever made, a perfect balance of form, function, and unfiltered mechanical feedback. Then, in the mid-1970s, Porsche did something that would change the performance car landscape forever. They took the principles of turbocharging, honed on the racetracks of Le Mans, and applied them to their road car. The result was the 1975 Porsche 911 Turbo, internally known as the 930. This car was a different beast entirely. With its massive whale-tail spoiler to keep the rear end planted and its flared wheel arches housing wider tires, the 930 had an aggressive presence that matched its explosive performance. The turbo lag was notorious, the power delivery ferocious. It was a car that demanded respect and skill from its driver, earning it the infamous nickname the Widowmaker. The 930 Turbo wasn't just a car, it was a phenomenon, a poster on the bedroom wall of a generation, and it cemented Porsche's reputation as the master of forced induction. As the 911 entered the 1980s and 90s, it continued its relentless evolution. The G Series gave way to the 964, which introduced major technological advancements like all-wheel drive in the Carrera 4, power steering, and ABS brakes, making the 911 more accessible and usable as a daily driver without sacrificing its core character. Then came the 993, a car many purists consider the pinnacle of the air-cooled era. Its beautifully sculpted body smoothed out the classic lines, creating what is arguably one of the most beautiful 911s ever made. The 993 was the final bow for the air-cooled engine, a glorious send-off that combined decades of refinement with modern engineering. It was more powerful, more reliable, and more sophisticated than ever before, representing the ultimate expression of Ferdinand Porsche's original air-cooled vision. The turn of the millennium brought the most significant change in the 911's history, the switch to water cooling with the 9.6 generation. It was a controversial but necessary move to meet modern emissions and performance standards. While the fried egg headlights were divisive, the 996 platform brought with it a stiffer chassis, more interior space, and a new era of performance. While the 911 was the star, Porsche began to diversify its lineup, proving its engineering prowess could extend beyond its flagship. The mid-2000s saw the arrival of the Cayman, a mid-engine coupe that many claimed offered even more balanced handling than its rear-engine sibling. With its engine nestled between the driver and the rear axle, the Cayman delivered an incredibly direct and intuitive driving experience. It was praised for its agility and poise, carving out its own identity as a world-class sports car. Alongside it, the Boxster convertible offered the same mid-engine magic with the added joy of open-top motoring. Together, the Boxster and Cayman created a formidable duo, bringing the quintessential Porsche driving experience to a new audience and proving that the brand's magic wasn't confined to just one model. In a move that shocked purists but proved to be a stroke of business genius, Porsche entered a completely new territory, the SUV market. In 2002, the Porsche Cayenne was launched. Many questioned whether a large, heavy SUV could ever truly feel like a Porsche. The answer was a resounding yes. The Cayenne defied physics, offering performance and handling that seemed impossible for a vehicle of its size. It was a commercial success that saved the company, providing the financial resources to continue developing its world-class sports cars. A decade later, the smaller, more agile Macan joined the family, instantly becoming the benchmark for performance in the compact SUV segment. These models proved that the Porsche ethos, engineering excellence, performance, and driver focus could be successfully applied to any type of vehicle. Now, as we move through the 21st century, Porsche has once again embraced the future without forgetting its past. The modern 911, the 992 generation, is a technological tour de force. It's wider, faster, and more connected than ever before, seamlessly integrating digital interfaces and driver aids. Yet look at its silhouette, hear its flat-six engine, and feel the way it communicates through the steering wheel. The soul of that original 1964 car is undeniably still there. But the biggest leap forward is electric. The Porsche Taycan is a stunning four-door sedan that proves an electric car can have the heart and soul of a true Porsche. With its blistering acceleration, repeatable performance, and incredible handling dynamics, the Taycan is not just an electric car, it's a Porsche that happens to be electric. From the humble beginnings of the 356 to the electric frontier of the Taycan, the story of Porsche is one of relentless, intelligent evolution. It's a history built on the track and perfected for the road. It's a brand that has consistently challenged convention, pushed the boundaries of engineering, and created some of the most desirable and engaging cars the world has ever seen. Through every generation, from the air-cooled classics to the turbocharged monsters, from versatile SUVs to silent electric performers, one thing has remained constant: the unwavering commitment to building cars for the driver. It's a legacy forged in passion, driven by dreams, and constantly evolving, forever proving that the best is always yet to come. Thanks for watching, and if you love cars as much as we do, make sure to subscribe for more.